From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Roz and Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Damon Mori tried like hell to get a hold of Roberto, the foot rubber. So in Toronto, there's been like handmade signs that have been plastered everywhere, like to like Ed Gong levels everywhere. And it's a guy named Roberto, and he's offering relaxing and pampering on-the-spot treatment, manicure, pedicure, neck rubs, shoulder rubs, foot rubs. He goes, I am accepting clients 50 plus, non-smokers only. I have no studio. I am a respectful man in 50s. If you are not comfortable, do not reply. Simple, no games. So he just wants to rub women's feet, right? And
you got to be over 50.
And originally, his prices were for a manicure pedicure, $35 each. And then at some point,
Good deal.
he raised his prices to $75 each for a manicure pedicure. And then he also added, no men, please. Do you think that's because he was getting a lot of male?
I think he was getting a lot of men.
You think so, huh?
Yeah.
But he raised on prices. That means business is good.
Or
that's expensive.
That's expensive.
Or his business not good.
And he doesn't have a place that he'll show, like you can just meet him in the Walmart parking lot.
Wait a minute, how much was it again?
$75 for a manicure, $75 for a pedicure.
Yo, that's a deal.
That's a deal?
That's a straight up, you know how much manicures and pedicures cost?
Yeah, under that.
What?
Yes.
But you
not good
but,
ones.
But you really get a sense of what he's really looking for, because the foot massage treatment is only $50 for 30 minutes.
Yeah, if you go to an actual spa, you get a free tea.
Right. So we couldn't get him on the phone to do an interview, but do you want to hear his voicemail?
Please.
Okay, so here it is.
Hi, this is Roberto Buccino. You got me on my cell phone. If this is regarding my ad, I'm totally mobile. I do not have a studio. And also, if you smoke and you're filthy, please move on. I do not associate with filthy smokers. Ciao.
Damn. No filthy smokers. Damn, Roberto.
Judgmental, but
I need to know.
For them prices.
I need to know if he's had any client. I need to find somebody who can call and go and book with Roberto and just like record the whole thing, because I need to know if this is legit or not.
Can I read
like
you one more text that he sent me?
Oh, yes.
He said, I showed my ad to the police. They say it's okay, pal, so move on.
Oh, but what did you say before that?
No, I was just writing going, I have some questions I'd love to ask you. And he was telling me that he thought I was questioning his ad.
Like whether it's legal or not?
Yeah, which I never was. But he said that he showed it to the police.
I mean, I'd like to see his business license. I mean, if it's, you know what I mean, right?
Totally mobile.
Hi, this is Roberto Buccino. You got me on my cell phone.
Last
If
name.
this is regarding my ad, I'm totally mobile. I do not have a studio. And also, if you smoke and you're filthy, please move on. I do not associate with filthy smokers.
Damn.
Ciao.
a little judgmental though, no?
Yeah, I know. He couldn't have just said if you're a smoker, right?
Uh-huh.
If you're a
and
smoker.
filthy. If you're a smoker and you're filthy, don't associate with you.
And also, if you smoke and you're filthy, please move on. I do not associate with filthy smokers. Ciao.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
LeBron James. LeBron ain't going nowhere. Last night on stage at the 2023 ESPY Awards, LeBron let it be known.
I don't care how many more points I score or what I can or cannot do on the floor. The real question for me is, can I play without cheating this game? The day I can't give the game everything on the floor is the day I'll be done. Lucky for you guys, that day is not today.
I feel like Bron is just chasing one more ring. And at that point, after one more championship, he'll call it quits.
He's got to go to a different team, though, first, doesn't he?
No, Lakers did pretty well this offseason. He's going to play with the Sun. He's going to play he's going to play a year with the Sun.
I
at the
agree
very
with
least.
you.
Yeah.
Before he retires.
I agree.
Once he does that, then he'll call it quits.
That's pretty historic.
That's,
right?
Yeah.
I
That's
completely
almost
agree.
unheard of.
That makes so much
Pretty
sense.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want him to do that. Like, just as like a dad.
Totally
like,
cool.
like getting the opportunity to do, God, it's so
But what are
great.
they'll make it happen, right? Like, what are the chances
It's going to
that
happen.
Bronny, LeBron's son,
Yeah.
will go to the Lakers?
I actually don't think it'll be the Lakers. Whatever
I think it'll be-
whatever
I
team
think-
he drafts,
exactly.
get drafted in.
Yeah.
And then LeBron goes to that
Exactly.
team?
Yep. Yep. I fully agree.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. Or what if his kid doesn't want him to? And his kid, like this whole
Yeah.
time, his kid's dream is to crush his dad.
Go at him?
Yeah,
On the court?
to just crush him.
Just like Dominic and Rey Mysterio in
Right.
the WWE.
I don't even know what that means, but yes.
Wrestling.
Yes.
So father-son duo.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yes.
Came in, supporting each other, tag team.
Right.
And then Dominic turned on his father.
No, he did not.
Oh, man. It was so bad.
Come on.
See?
already.
This is exactly like that.
Billy, I'm with you, man. I got no problem with that.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
If you see cat pervert trending this morning,
what?
It's because of a video. And this video is two neighbors fighting. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The loud neighbor is pissed at his next door neighbor because the loud neighbor's cat keeps going in his neighbor's yard.
Okay.
Okay. So he's not mad because the neighbor's cat is coming into his yard. The neighbor is mad because his own cat keeps leaving and going to the neighbor's house.
No, I'm not. I'm our cat. You understand? Our cat. I'm not even in my yard right now. What am I doing? The gate's open.
You're unreasonable people. You're holding our cat.
How? I'm not even in there. I want you to explain how.
If you would go in your yard and say, Mercury, go home. Don't come in our yard anymore.
She will not listen. She's a cat. She doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Obviously, you don't know Mercury.
Go home?
No.
Huh?
Hand signals don't mean anything. It's a cat, dude.
Really? Okay. All right. Well, we'll have the police department figure it out.
Absolutely. Great idea.
No. So the cat doesn't eat and drink anything over there, right?
No.
Oh, no. Never. Right? No, never.
No.
No, never.
Never. Yeah, never.
Yeah, you cat pervert.
Oh my God, you guys!
I've done nothing to bring the cat. I've done nothing to bring the. This dude's lost. This dude, he's lost it. He's lost it.
Cat pervert.
He's lost it.
It's our cat.
He's lost it. He's lost it. Oh no.
Cat pervert.
Cat pervert.
Obviously, that cat don't want to be anywhere near you.
No. Mercury, go home.
Yeah, Mercury would rather be with the side piece next door. Damn.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
NBA draft last night.
Oh, yeah.
Raptors had the 13th overall pick, selecting.
With the 13th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Toronto Raptors select Grady Dick from the University of Kansas.
Hey.
There you go, Grady Dick. There was a lot of dick jokes happening on Twitter last night.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot. It was quite like.
Welcome to the Six, Dick. Who's the first broadcaster to begin their show with, quote, Raptors with a dick pic at last night's NBA draft.
I'm sure he's used to it. He was also trending because of the outfit he wore. He had this like sparkly red jacket. He said he wore it because of the Wizard of Oz and Dorothy because it looked like her ruby slippers. Because Kansas. But here is Grady Dick.
Raptor Nation, what's going on? It's Grady here out in New York City. Just got drafted to our beautiful city. I cannot wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Drizzy, I'll see you soon, boy.
Oh, he really, really wants to meet Drake so bad.
Now I'm looking forward to it. Got to get out there, see Drake. I've been saying it a bunch, but I'm looking forward to that.
You hyped to become boys with Drake overnight? It's going to happen.
Of course, that's the goal. I need him to wear my jersey. That's how I know. That's my priority.
Crazy, huh?
I need to get that guy's jersey.
Is he a good ball player?
He's fantastic.
Is
He's
he?
probably the best shooter in the draft.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Good.
definitely.
I like that. He's got a lot of personality. I like that a lot.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
This is maybe the most Wimbledon clip of all Wimbledon clips. Very, Wimbledon, right? Like, very fancy.
Love it. Yeah.
Very fancy.
You
A
gotta dress
lot
up.
of rules, like a lot of stuff. So normally when there is a sporting event and there's a fan disruption where they have to be chastised for it, you can understand fans get like overzealous and, they're all caught up in the drama of the event.
Yeah.
But listen to the scolding the Wimbledon Empire had to give to these fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you are opening a bottle of champagne, don't do it as the players are about to serve. Thank you.
Oh, don't you love that? That's from an Australian umpire. John Blom is looking after this match.
It's the most Wimbledon warning I've ever heard.
So hold on. So I'm at Wimbledon.
Yes.
Dressed fancy.
Yes.
Right? Polo tucked into my khakis. And I'm not allowed to pop bottles?
No, not during a crucial moment. You're allowed to pop your bottle because I imagine they all have individual little self-serving or single-serving bottles of champagne. They just don't want, during somebody's service.
Why?
right?
Because it sounds
I guess
like a ball?
It's,
or is
it's
it
distracting.
it's so quiet there?
Yes.
It'll disrupt the player's train of thought, I guess?
Yes, which is ridiculous. Golfers and tennis players, this is why I could never be a huge golf fan or tennis fan. You're telling me that Vladdy can stand on like in front of 40,000 people and he can hit something that's 3 inches with something that's 3 inches coming at him 100 miles an hour with people screaming, and he can do that? But, you can't serve a tennis ball unless it's absolute silence?
When all I want to do is drink my Dom Perignon?
Please. Same thing with golfers. When somebody goes, like the guys up at the tee and somebody goes, because they have a cold or allergies, and they get chastised for
Everyone
it.
turns around, shut up!
Yes!
Man, Tiger used to get so mad.
Oh, stop it. You should be able to crush a ball, right? In
It
chaos.
doesn't matter what sport?
Thank you. Doesn't matter what sport. You're a pro.
Like with the crowd cheering.
Yeah.
Cheering you on.
Free throws, same thing. You know
imagine
what I mean?
hockey if everyone had to be quiet?
Yes. There's
Well, God,
chaos.
don't you remember
When you're at
how
the free
weird it
throw
was
line.
during COVID?
That's right.
Right? During the bubble,
baseball
when
and hockey.
All the games, all the
Yeah.
professional sports when they were
Terrible.
empty arenas.
Yes.
It sounded weird.
Yes, it was weird.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway.
Oh, I got to hear this again.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you are opening a bottle of champagne, don't do it as the players are about to serve. Thank you.
Oh, don't you love that? That's from an Australian umpire.
The crowd
John
is
Blom
clapping,
is
too.
looking
Oh,
after
yes.
this match.
Oh.
It's the most Wimbledon
Finally
warning
somebody
I've
said
ever heard.
something.
Brilliant.
Finally somebody said something.
It's distracting to all of us.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The NHL and Gary Bettman say that they are doing away with specialty warm-up jerseys. But the headline for this story is, of course, that the NHL is doing away with the Pride warm-up jerseys. So here is Gary Bettman with Elliot Friedman.
Commissioner, first of all, I understand there was a decision made on the Pride jerseys in warm-up today at Board of Governors.
Well, actually, I've suggested that it would be appropriate for clubs not to change their jerseys in warm-ups because it's become a distraction and taking away from the fact that all of our clubs in some form or another host nights in honor of various groups or causes, and we'd rather they continue to get the appropriate attention that they deserve and not be a distraction.
I think the only concern that people will have about this is, number one, you're always worried about people feeling comfortable in a game in their own skin, and also it's Pride Month right now. I think that's the concerns that I would have upon hearing that.
Well, I agree those are legitimate concerns, but in the final analysis, all of the efforts and emphasis on the importance of these various causes have been undermined by the distraction in terms of which teams, which players. This way, we're keeping the focus on the game, and on these specialty nights, we're going to be focused on the cause.
So Pride Night stay, And fans will...
Absolutely.
Okay.
32 of our clubs did Pride Nights. Some do Heritage Nights. Everybody does Hockey Fights Cancer. Some do Military Nights. All of those nights will continue. The only issue will be, or the only difference will be, is we're not going to change jerseys for warm-up, because that's just become more of a distraction from really the essence of what the purpose of these nights are.
Okay, and the jerseys will continue to be sold, correct?
Oh, absolutely. And designed, and players who choose to model them can do that. It's really just a question of what's on the ice.
I mean, the Hockey Fights Cancers jerseys weren't that controversial, right? You know, like,
With a pink logo?
Yeah.
It's the jerseys aren't the distraction. It's the people who choose not to wear them that are the distraction.
Well, I mean, I
think it's the uproar.
Yeah, like
That's a distraction.
Yeah,
An uproar across the board. I'm not just talking about the Pride one, right?
It is, yes. And
it's specifically the Pride one.
Of course it is. And that's what this is. We all know what this is all about, right? And
but he's caving to the players that won't wear them.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I get it. But you know, we've had this conversation so many times where it's like, but don't you want to know who is like not an ally? You know what I mean? Like, would you rather have somebody refuse to wear it than somebody who feels that way and is just being complying because they feel forced? You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
Right? Like
I always say when it comes to like things like racism, for example, I want my racism right up front.
Right up front.
I want to know exactly who it is.
Right up front.
I don't want the hidden stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
but you also don't want somebody what good does it do to force somebody to wear it? It does no good.
But it's because you wear the jersey doesn't mean you are that way. It just means that you're supporting everyone around you, your teammates. You're a united front.
Sure, it does. But I think that there to certain people, I feel that the line is drawn from support and participating. And I think that people can feel that they support, but they don't necessarily want to participate. And that is where that's sort of what is outed.
But then it proves,
in those moments.
But then Gary Bettman has given the people who don't want to wear those jerseys the win.
Sure, yeah, but I mean, he's trying to build a league, and Gary Bettman just like wrapped the Pride controversy up in like Hockey Fights Cancer, like it's the same thing, right? Like these jerseys cause so much controversy.
But no one's refusing to wear the
exactly,
cancer jerseys.
Exactly. Well, no, but if somebody did refuse to wear a cancer jersey, even if there would be no story if somebody was like, man, I don't want to wear the purple jersey, right? There would be no story. It's only the Pride jerseys. But I guess you can continue to model them if you want to, right?
According to Gary Bettman, yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Was it deliberate or accidental? That has been the ongoing question when it comes to the French version of the Barbie poster for the new Barbie movie.
Oh.
So the French version of the poster, I don't know if you saw this, it has Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, Ken and Barbie.
Yeah.
And the taglines are written in French. And the translation is, beside Barbie, it reads, she can do everything. And then beside Ryan Gosling, it reads, he's just Ken. But Ken, the word Ken has a double entendre meaning in French slang, where Ken is another word for F. So the tagline becomes, she knows how to do everything, he just knows how to F.
Oh, no. Intentional.
Okay. So one marketing executive from a competing studio says it is definitely deliberate. There's no way a French speaker wouldn't have noticed the pun that they used.
Yeah.
It's sort of genius, they say. Really, they slipped it in like that. As for a comment, Warner Brothers refused to confirm or deny whether the raunchy French pun was deliberate or accidental.
Oh, deliberate.
Definitely deliberate. Yeah. Right?
Ain't nobody making those mistakes.
Definitely deliberate.
Barbie?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you see Tom Cruise yesterday morning? What's that?
I did.
How was he?
Short.
Come on. You're short.
But super, super cool seeing him in person.
They did a screening for Mission Impossible, and I guess when Tom Cruise releases a movie, like he promotes like no other actor has ever promoted a movie. And one of his stops was in Toronto yesterday.
And nobody knew.
Nobody knew, huh? So what, like you're just like sitting there and then the guy's like, hey, we got to...
But it was obvious something was coming up because everyone was running around with clipboards, like panicking.
You see security first, right? Like you actually, no, the first thing you feel when a superstar is in the building is you don't even have to see them or their people. You can feel it.
Sure.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like a wave that hits.
And then I got stuck in the underground parking lot with him.
Well, okay, so hold on. Let's go back to the movie here for a second. We'll get to that in a sec.
Because the movie's out today. You watch it?
No.
No! What?
No, because here's the thing. I filmed him doing his intro, and then I wanted to make sure that I posted it on the KISS social, so I left the auditorium to post it, but then I couldn't get back in. So I'm like, all right, I'll just go home. But I wanted to see it.
So here is Tom Cruise on Maury's phone.
Hi, y'all. This is amazing. Thanks for being here. Thank you all for being here. It's such a great moment. Yes. I love you guys. Thank you. I didn't know I was here. Thank you all for being here. We dream of these moments to make these films for you and for you all to see it in this kind of format. So it really is such an honor to entertain you, and I'm just so happy to see everybody here. So please enjoy the mix, the music, the picture, our entire crew that made this film, our cast and crew. This is the stuff we talk about. And we love movies, and we love you all. And thank you very much. We're very grateful. Thank you all for coming.
That's awesome.
I cannot wait.
Have a great summer. Bye-bye.
To watch this movie. Like, the stunts that he performs.
The movie looks so good.
And the man is 61 years old.
It looks
still
so
doing
good.
these stunts.
Yeah.
Incredible.
See it?
So you got what, locked in the parking lot with him afterwards?
So, yeah, I was trying to leave, and there was 6 SUVs.
Yeah.
And I was trying to exit the parking lot, like the public parking lot.
You were stuck behind the 6 SUVs?
In the middle.
Oh.
So it was like SUV,
Yaris.
rusted out, small ass Yaris, SUV.
Yes.
Oh,
and then
man.
one of the drivers was like waving at me he's like, get away. And I'm like, where?
Tell Tom to just run. Yeah. He does that a lot in the movie. Hop out of the SUV and run. Run to the airport.
Maury's windows not at all tinted. Jesus. You look like the escape hatch.
Kit Kat wrapper is just flying out the window.
I can't drive I'm full of chocolate.
My hands are sticky.
What do you want me to do? Yeah, I can't wait to see that movie, man. Jeez.
There are people saying it's the best one of the series.
Yeah. I can't.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Sarah Silverman and 2 authors have filed a copyright infringement lawsuit against Meta Platforms and OpenAI for allegedly using their content without permission to train artificial intelligence language models. So what they're saying is that Meta and OpenAI use their books, so Sarah's books and these 2 authors' books, without authorization to develop the language models, which make their pitch as popular tools for automating tasks by replacing human conversation. So they use books to train AI so then AI can do the work of humans, right? They train it in language and in all this other stuff.
How did Silverman know, though?
There was a leak.
Oh, okay.
So it got leaked what source materials they were using. And so now they filed a lawsuit because that's the thing, is that nobody wants their intellectual property to be scraped to train AI.
AI has worse homework than we had.
Yeah, I know, but that's all that AI does is they just scrape, right? Like that's all it is.
Ingest all the information.
Yep. Gobble. It's crazy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
And a lot of people got canceled over the weekend. Damn.
What happened?
People going in on Guy Fieri because he shook Donald Trump's hand at the UFC fight. People canceling.
I thought we knew that Guy Fieri was like,
I don't know why that's a big shock to people. I think because Guy Fieri is generally a nice dude, right? And people were kind of bent that he, like a nice dude who has raised so much money for charities, turns out to be, or at least, I don't even know if he's a fan of Donald Trump. He shook his hand, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, people wanted to cancel Guy Fieri.
How do we know that he didn't walk up to Trump and say something nasty to him?
Oh, I mean, you can see the video that they were.
Oh.
Yeah.
But what if it's that maybe he spit in his hand first?
Yeah, like maybe
Gotcha.
Yeah. Put a booger in there more?
Yeah.
Did that all trick? Yeah.
Here you go.
The thing is that we don't know there was a booger there, so we only now think that he's a huge fan. And now Guy Fieri can't come out and say, guys, there was a booger there. Right? Like, you just can't do that. Secret Service and stuff. Jonah Hill getting canceled over the weekend. So Jonah Hill's ex, Sarah Brady, who's a surf instructor, I believe, released a bunch of texts that Jonah had sent to her where Jonah was being accused of being manipulative, abusive, and using therapy speak to control a woman. So part of the things that Jonah had said was that I guess he was having a problem with her, who she hangs out with, what she posts on social media, but he was using the term boundaries, right? Mm-hmm. So he said this to her in a text. If you need surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places, and from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful, I am not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it, and there will be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for my romantic partnerships. My boundaries with you based on the ways these actions have hurt our trust. So he's being accused of using the word boundaries instead of rules, instead of saying my rules are. But the other thing with this is that he doesn't say, I can't date you if you don't stop doing this. He says, if you still do this, I'm not the right partner for you. So there's that sort of therapy talk in there kind of thing, right? But Jonah Hill he's moved on. He's got a new woman now, and he just had a baby. And so everybody is so divided over this, whether Jonah Hill is being manipulative and abusive, or whether this ex, Sarah Brady, is the one who is trying to do all the damage.
So how long ago did they date?
About a year ago, I think it was. And then he moved on, and he's with somebody new.
So is there, she released all this now, after he had...
So yes, she released it now, and I guess this is a voice. Is this actually her more?
Yeah. So I see Newsweek posted it as well.
Okay, cool.
So I trust them.
Okay, so this is a voice note that I guess Sarah was going back and forth with one of her friends about, as far as why release it now. Like, if you haven't been in the relationship with him for over a year, why release it now?
Part of me waited until after she had given birth, not right after, but a little bit after, so that his current fiance and the mother of his child, Olivia, I just hoped she would receive some of these screenshots somehow through friends. Friends of mine that I met through him, that I know are good people and I know would make an effort to protect her. I didn't want her to have to see all of this while she was pregnant, because I didn't know what kind of stress that would cause on her and her baby, physically and everything. And I'm sure the timing can seem bad, I waited until he had a kid, but I waited until she had her baby. So I knew they were physically not impacted by me sharing this and she could be informed and make an informed decision of how she wants to care for herself and her baby, which she birthed and she created. Yes, it's his child, but that is that woman's infant. Oof. That's how I see it.
Damn.
So I don't know. To me, that voice note sounds a whole lot less about how she was impacted and a whole lot more about her wanting to destroy the current relationship, right? I don't know. What's your take, Shem?
Oh man, this is loaded. I'll say this. I think he does definitely come across as manipulative.
Yes.
I can't say whether he's abusive or not. I'm not in that relationship. I also think he's using the word boundaries wrong.
Yeah, of course.
I think you could have certain things that you're okay with in a relationship or not, but you can't really, I don't think you should be shaming people for having like a wild past or for having male friends or friends of the opposite sex or whatever. He can say, you know what, this doesn't work for me, and we can go our separate ways and call it quits. But it just doesn't come across that way. At the same time, I agree with you. I do think that that voicemail does not help her. I don't think that voicemail helps her a lot.
In his text, he was just like putting the ball in her court, basically, right? Like you make the decision.
While also shaming her a little bit, though, right?
Oh, very much so. Very much so.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Where are we here? Britney Spears, that back with the Victor Wembanyama incident in Las Vegas when she walked up behind him and touched his back, and then his security guard. He's the giant kid who plays for
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
His number one draft pick this year.
And his security guard turned around and hit Britney's hand, and then Britney slapped herself in the face, and it was a whole deal.
Yeah.
But I guess she got an apology in the restaurant, but Britney wants a public apology. Here's Britney.
Hi, so I wanted to share with you guys an incident that happened in Vegas that a lot of people are talking about. I heard on the news this radio station talking smack and talking shit. That's why I'm addressing it. Saying that I deserve to be smacked. Security was doing their job and protecting their client. I've been with the most famous people in the world. In sync at one time, girls would like literally throw themselves at them. On my way into the place, actually, I was knocked down by like 3 12-year-olds trying to get my picture. My security not one time touched them or even came near them. Point being is, I didn't appreciate the people saying that I deserve to be hit, because no woman ever deserves to be hit. I simply tapped him on the back and I was backhanded, hit my face, came back on the floor. My best friend picked me up and held me. And I did get an apology at my table 30 minutes later, but I have yet to receive a public apology.
Oh, damn.
That's it.
Damn. Wow. What's that public apology?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Emotional moment last night at the ESPY Awards when Damar Hamlin was presenting the Pat Tillman Award. And he brought out the Buffalo Bills training staff. If you remember, it was back in January when Damar Hamlin suffered that cardiac episode on the field and made an incredible recovery, but it was such an emotional and terrifying night for everyone. So here's the ESPYs last night.
Please welcome this year's recipient of the Pat Tillman Award for Service, the training staff of the Buffalo Bills.
Okay, my name is Nate Bresky. I'm the head athletic trainer for the Buffalo Bills. By the grace of God and divine intervention, we had the best outcome we could have prayed for or imagined. Damar, first and foremost, thank you for staying alive, brother. Thank you. The response to Damar's injury was able to bring our nation together for a moment and show the world the power of prayer. Let's remember that feeling of unity and use it to make sure we can save the next life too.
And when they did the group huddle, oh man, so sad.
I don't think Pat Tillman would like having that award named after him, if you know anything about Pat Tillman. So Pat Tillman was a football player who left. He was at the top of his game, and he left, and he joined like the Marines, I think, or the Army.
Yep.
And he went to Afghanistan. And they...
So this award's like a hero's award type thing?
Yeah, like a service, bravery, whatever it is. But they used Pat Tillman as like this massive sort of like raw American recruiting tool. And he never said a word about it. He never explained why he went. He never did an interview. He never did anything. And then he was killed. And then they turned him into this sort of like giant hero where they used his death as he died for this, he died for this. And then it came out that it was covered up and that he died from friendly fire.
it was used as a recruitment tool after 9/11. He joined after 9/11.
Yeah, right. So they used this American hero, this American all-star football
build this
player
story.
to build this story, and they used it as a recruitment tool. And then he was killed, and they covered it up that it was friendly fire for a long time because
Will they ever change the name, you think?
But I mean, if you know anything about, like, they will never do it. But if you, like, his brother's done interviews before where he's like, he would not want any of this, like nothing at all. But you can't help if somebody names an award after you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Roz and Mocha Show. Breaking news.
If you missed it earlier, it has been an ongoing saga on the show where Dammit Maury was not invited to my wedding as of yet, and he had to earn his way in. And earlier this morning, Dammit Maury officially got his invite to the wedding.
I'm holding it in my hand. It doesn't smell like cologne, but there is a stain on it.
I had to re-lick it this morning because it was on the counter for months that it wasn't stuck there anymore. So
But you
I
didn't lick
licked
the
it.
whole thing. Half of it's still flopping.
No, I licked the whole thing.
You
I
did?
really did. I did. Yeah, I licked the whole thing this morning.
Then why
Twice.
is it not sticky over here?
I don't know because it's the stick wore off. I licked that thing twice this morning.
Well, you don't have good lick.
No, I know. Maybe I was a little dehydrated or something. I don't know. It's been warm out. But anyway, so did you just throw it?
No, I placed it on my headphone thing, like right here.
You just threw it.
I
You
did not
threw it
throw
away.
it.
Have you even opened it yet?
I was going to wait for Matthew to open it.
Okay. That I approve of. That I approve of.
Also, everybody.
Yes. I licked that thing twice this morning. You're the worst.
Hey, you do what you got to do, right?
You're the shut up.
Hey, Ross, what'd you do today?
I licked that thing twice this morning.
Oh, okay, cool.
Stop it.
This is going to be so useful, guys.
I licked that thing twice this morning.
So proud.
Sorry. Zayn Malik making a rare appearance doing press. He was on the Call Her Daddy podcast. And this is Zayn talking about him leaving, which I don't know if we've ever heard Zayn talk about this. I know it's sort of old news, but it's new because this is really the first time I've heard Zayn sort of go through why he left One Direction when he did. I licked that thing twice this morning. That's not Zayn.
Oh, whoops.
Okay.
There was a lot of politics going on. Certain people were doing certain things. Certain people didn't want to sign contracts. So I knew something was happening. So I just got ahead of the curve. If I'm being honest with you, I was like, I'm just going to get out of here. I think this is done. And I just seen it. And I completely selfishly wanted to be the first person to go and make my own record. If I'm being completely honest with you, I was like, I'm going to jump the gun here for the first time. I'm a passive dude, but when it comes to my music and my business, I'm serious about it and I'm competitive. So I wanted to be the first to go and do my own thing. That was the reason. And then there was obviously underlying issues like within our friendships too. We'd been together every day for 5 years and we got sick of each other, if we're being completely honest. So we were close, you know, we'd done crazy things with each other and that nobody else in the world will ever understand or have them experiences that we've shared with each other, and I look back on it now in a much fonder light than I would have, you know, as I'd just left. There were great experiences, I had great times with them, but yeah, we just run our course.
There you go.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Canada's Public Health Agency is investigating after a passenger on an Air France flight from Paris to Toronto said that he sat amid the unclean remnants of a previous passenger's hemorrhage. Passenger Habib Bata said that he was traveling with his wife on the 8-hour flight to Toronto when he noticed a strong manure-like smell and a large stain on the floor in front of his seat. He got out of his seat, down on his hands and knees to check it out, and then he noticed that there was a giant mark on the carpet. When he alerted cabin crew, he said that he was then given cleaning supplies. After wiping the floor beneath his own seat, the cloth came out, quote, blood red, he said. It all made sense to me because I know the smell of blood does smell almost like feces when it's rotten.
Ain't no room on a plane for you to get down on your hands and knees to do an investigation like that.
He said that the cabin crew later told him that someone had suffered a hemorrhage in his seat on a previous flight, and that he could not change seats because the flight was full. And because of that, they gave him rubber gloves and more wet wipes.
Wow. Just trying to help him out, bro.
He said Air France initially offered him $500 in compensation, which he said covered about 20% of the flight's total cost. He said he refused and is waiting for the airline to make him a better offer. He also said that 3 days following the flight, Air France phoned him and let him know that the blood was also mixed with feces.
Oh, my They tested it?
Yep.
Well, yeah.
You have to.
Just don't want to pee.
Could you imagine?
No.
Guys, I think that there's blood and feces like on the floor of my seat. And their reaction is put these gloves on, grab these wet wipes, and clean it yourself.
Yeah, highly inappropriate. I get it. But I could never get down on my hands and knees on a plane.
It looked like he was in the emergency row because I think that they were traveling with cats and they had cat carriers that were on the floor. And I think that he took a selfie of himself on his hands and knees cleaning.
Like emotional support cats?
I don't know.
Or maybe he rescued the cats from France.
There's a picture of him with gloves on and he's on his knees cleaning.
Let me see this picture.
Yeah. And he goes, I've seen a few things in my life, but the horrific blood-soaked carpet on Air France plane yesterday was another level. An hour into the transatlantic flight from Paris to Toronto, I kept smelling something gross and couldn't figure it out until I got up and looked down.
Oh.
Yeah. And
they got to do something for him.
They
$500
offered him $500
and gloves
and clean it yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry, there.
No, I know that's gross. That's disgusting. Yeah.
Come on.
No, they got to do something else. They got to refund like that entire flight for him.
Something.
I guess could he not have just not cleaned it and just sat there?
I guess, but
For the entire flight? No.
But instead of putting your face that close to it.
Yeah, but if you have two choices to sit there and smell that or clean it yourself, right?
Aren't you still going to smell it even after you clean it? It's embedded in the fiber.
I don't.
I think if I were in that situation, I would ask to sit where the airline staff
Not
sit.
allowed.
In
That's
the front
against
or the
FAA
back.
rules. Not allowed. Zero chance that's happening.
I'm deplaning. Just straight up, I'm off that flight.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Howard Berger, who used to work for the Fan 590 when it was just that, wrote a big article today talking about how they're going to retool Hockey Night in Canada and that the only person safe is Elliot Friedman.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Elliot Friedman.
I don't know if anybody from Rogers has commented on this, but it was an interesting article.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Do we have time for Emily Blunt real quick?
Always, because I love Emily
I
Blunt.
had no idea that Emily Blunt and Matt Damon live in the same building and like they're neighbors.
Oh, yeah?
So here is Emily Blunt saying, too much.
Like, I don't ever see Matt Damon not in his slippers anymore. You know, he's just always in his slippers. I haven't seen him in regular shoes in a long time.
Really?
Yeah, that's because we live in the same building, so we just pop down to see each other. And Matt is just the most easygoing, beautiful person.
Oh, man. So now he's a slippers guy.
Right? Thank you. Thank you.
And you know what's going to happen? As soon as he steps out in sneakers, they're going to be like, yo, Matt, where's no slippers today?
Yeah. That's how you ruin somebody in the neighborhood.
Devin, Emily,
right?
like, what are you doing?
Saying too much. You don't say that stuff. I know
Showing
it's
up
like...
on a red carpet. Hey, Matt. Favorite kind of slippers to wear?
Oh, all wear. Are you fuzzy on the inside? Matt, I understand that you're very much into slippers. Are you a fuzzy on the inside or like a slip-on?
Then
or
all these companies start
open back,
reaching
or-
out. All these slippers
Bro.
companies start reaching out for endorsement deals.
Bro, every time that guy does a red carpet, some jabroni reporter. Maury, how many Matt Damon slipper questions have you already crafted?
6.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh my God, a mom gave birth to a 13-pound baby. Listen,
What?
13 pounds, right? Hey. A Tennessee mom is celebrating the birth of her 13-pound baby boy. Doctors say he is officially the size of a 3-month-old.
I thought you were going to say, doctors say he is officially walking now.
Yes, here is Katie Taylor.
This was a shock for sure. Our first was 9:15, so we anticipated a bigger baby, but nothing like this. I'm getting used to it, but it's definitely hard because he wants to be held all the time. So working on those muscles right now. He does eat around the clock. It's kind of hard to keep up for sure.
So I was looking around at other things that weigh in and around 13 pounds, right? So this brand new baby, right, that just come out of the mom, right, weighs in and around the same as a 40-inch LED television. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. This baby, okay, that the mom just had also weighs the same as like a normal coffee table.
Jeez.
So that's like carrying around.
Her belly must have been huge.
A coffee table.
I feel bad for that mom. Like, during the time she had to carry that baby inside of her.
Yeah.
Her back.
A vacuum cleaner weighs around 13 pounds. Also, when I was Googling things that weighed around 13 pounds, one of the things that came up just simply read thick rug. Okay? So just so you know what this poor woman's going through, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's crazy. Hey, could you imagine if, and I think about this a lot, I may have asked you about this before, but could you imagine if we, as we grew, right? Like you were born, right? Like imagine you're born, but imagine you did all your physical growing in like the first year, but developmentally, it took the same amount of time.
So like you're a grown adult?
Yes.
By the time you're, I don't know, what, like 4?
1.
Oh, by 1.
By 1. So in the first year, okay, you physically grow as much as you're going to grow over the course of your life, right?
But you're still a baby.
Developmentally, right? Like
so I can't walk. No, I can't crawl.
No, but you're growing a beard.
My mom still
like,
gotta change my diapers.
And shave you.
And shave.
Right? Like you'd be out and some guy'd be like, oh my God, look at that. And you'd be like, dude, she's 2. Right? Like, but your mom would have to carry you. Like,
you think she'd still take me to the bar and get like a lineup and everything?
I don't know, right? But we wouldn't know. Like we wouldn't know. Like you could see somebody out, right? Like at a restaurant. And you would approach somebody, and you wouldn't know.
No.
You would know if they were 30 or if they were 3.
I would know that they're 30.
Why?
Because they could hold up their own head. You imagine a grown ass like looking like a grown person,
but a baby
sitting at a table.
Right?
You're not in a high chair.
No, but a baby.
And your head like all over the place.
But a baby can hold their head up at a year, right? Like at 3, they can hold their head up.
And wearing glasses?
Right? Yes. Yes.
Nursing
right?
would be wild.
Right?
Yo, that's bad.
Right? It would look like a prison yard. Right? Daycare would be like, could you
honestly,
imagine?
if these are the thoughts you're having during the day.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
You need a hobby,
but
bro.
you know when like your son goes to school and he's like 3 and he's in daycare and you get the call that he bit a kid?
Yeah.
Right? Like imagine what that looks like with the strength of a grown man.
Fight Club.
Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh my God, Ticketmaster's at it again.
What happened now?
So they posted Taylor Swift in, Ticketmaster in France.
Oh, bonjour.
Taylor Swift tickets were supposed to go on sale today.
Uh-huh.
Ticketmaster said on Twitter that the 9 a.m. sale for the Eras Tour in France has been put on hold.
La Tour de Era?
They go on to say that they will keep people posted with the new on-sale time as soon as possible. They also said that all codes not already used will remain valid. The issue appears to stem from a technical glitch on Ticketmaster's end, causing people to be unable to log into the website and use their password. At one point, when tickets went on sale this morning in France, there were 700,000 people in line.
Sorry, mes amis.
But this is helping the hype.
700,000 people tried to log in to buy Taylor Swift tickets.
Hey, Maury, how do you say 700,000 in French?
Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six.
Never mind.
How come, but no one else is having issues? Like Beyonce's tickets aren't having issues?
Because 700,000 people aren't trying to buy tickets to one Beyonce show.
No, but there's 40,000 at the Rogers Center.
Maury, 700,000 people tried to log in at the same time. Ticketmaster cannot handle that.
This is
it is unheard
man.
of. Like, they prepare for worst case scenarios, and their worst case traffic scenario wasn't this. Like, this is beyond what they plan.
Like, Taylor Swift is next level.
Bro,
Like, look at Elton John. Didn't he not just wrap up his farewell tour?
Yeah.
Right? You did not see, and like those shows were sold out, but you did not see this type of problem for Elton John on his farewell tour.
No.
That lasted 2 years?
It's unheard of. Like,
This is incredible.
This is something that everybody's dealing with for the very first time.
Yeah.
And when everybody says we have to fix this, it will be fixed because of Taylor Swift's tour.
Yeah.
But is it not a queue situation? Like, just maybe do like one at a time.
You can't have. They are not prepared to put 700,000 people in a queue.
Or they're gonna have to go back to printing like actual tickets.
God. I don't know. I don't know how I can explain this to you any better, Maury. Honestly. Like, it's not that difficult to understand.
No, I get it.
No, you don't.
No, you
I don't
don't,
think you do at
I'm
all.
trying to come up with a solution.
They don't need you to come up with a solution. It's a story. Right? At the end of this isn't like we're still waiting on a comment from Maury to try and get us
Does
out of
it
this
say
giant
that?
mess.
Hashtag thank you, Maury.
Yes, right? Maury, please help us.
Wow. Incredible.
They just put a giant silhouette of a nose and a Kit Kat in the sky. Then they know Maury's on the case.
So how do you say it? Un, deux, trois, quatre.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Vladdy coming out huge at the All-Star game last night.
That home run derby, incredible.
Vlad Guerrero Jr. will hang on and win the 2023 T-Mobile Home Run Derby. Congratulations to Vlad. He and his dad, both Home Run Derby champions. There you go. A tweet from Vlad Guerrero Sr. What a performance. Proud of you, son.
25-23 in the home run showdown is what Vladdy managed to pull off. That's a lot. He was looking like he was struggling, though, huh?
Close to the end, yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, because it's not like you get a long break in between. It's like
multiple rounds, too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's like throw, hit, throw, hit, throw, hit.
Yeah, and John Schneider was throwing to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
Yeah, they'll typically either get the pitching coach or somebody from the coaching staff. Whoever the batter is comfortable with. Obviously.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They should have had his dad throw it to him.
But, like, why not just get one of your own pitchers to throw? They seem like they know what they're doing. Like, you go to the manager to throw?
Yeah, because they don't do like a full speed, right?
Yeah.
No, I guess, yeah.
You're not hitting dinger. You're not hitting 25 dingers like that.
No,
Right?
no,
At full speed?
I know.
Like what? That's not exciting.
Yeah.
Like maybe what? Maybe 7?
Yeah. First J to win it, though. Congratulations.
Yeah,
That is
absolutely.
amazing. What
Here's
a night.
Vladdy Guerrero Jr. Hitting Instagram right after.
Toronto, thank you. Blue Jay fan, thank you. I did it. I'm the champ.
Yeah, I get it. I'm the champ.
I love that guy, man. He's so entertaining.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, I got to play this Ryan Gosling singing in the Barbie movie. Everybody's like freaking out over it, but like he was singing in La La Land, and that was actually him, Maury, singing in La La Land.
Yes,
wasn't
it was. Yeah, him and Emma
Stone. Oh God, remember how terrible that movie was?
I never watched it.
Oh, the song. It's now I'm just remembering how angry La La Land made me. Because if you're going to do a musical, like all musicals are hinged on a great song, right? Like all musicals are hinged on one great song. And remember the song in La La Land? How awful it was? Ugh.
City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, there's so much that I can't see.
Yo, that's a banger right there.
But you're missing the visuals of him dancing around.
Clearly, you guys don't understand art.
That was the song that they anchored this musical to. Terrible choice. Ryan,
it's a
this
good
is
movie.
this is nothing on Ryan Gosling at all. Just a terrible choice to be your marquee
You guys
song
need
for
to
a musical.
watch more musicals.
Play it again. Garbage, right, Shem?
Total.
Garbage.
Wow.
City of stars, Are you shining just for me?
It fits the mood of the movie, though, and the storyline.
Thank you.
And the relationship between Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone.
Somebody struggles to sleep. This is perfect.
I felt it from the first.
You know what, Shem? You are right. I could fall asleep to that. This may actually replace my nightly use of the comment.
Yes, but I'm very happy with what they gave Ryan Gosling for the Barbie movie. This is Ryan Gosling singing the Ken song from the Barbie movie.
It's called Just Ken.
Yes.
I just don't know who I am without you.
You're Ken.
But it's Barbie and Ken. There is no just Ken. Doesn't seem to matter what I do. I'm always number two. No one knows how hard I tried. Oh, I have feelings that I can't explain. They're driving me insane. All my life been so polite. 'Cause I'm just kidding. Anywhere else I'd be a 10. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of blonde fragility? I'm just kidding. Where I see love, she sees
Yo,
a friend.
this slaps so hard.
Right? For her to see the man behind the tan and fight for me. I'm just kidding. And I'm enough. And I'm great.
Yo, anthem.
So hey, check me out. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Baby, I'm just kidding.
Honestly,
It's important to note that he is shirtless in
Wow, obviously. See the man behind the tan. You know what I mean?
He's just Ken.
Isn't that what we all hope for?
Fantastic.
You got there's a Margot Robbie clip that you have over there, Mocha, before we get to anything else. I don't know if you can find
yeah.
So Margot Robbie doing Australian television. And she is Australian, right?
That's right.
Margot Robbie?
Yeah. Crikey, she
So
is.
they have a question about Barbie.
I'm not sure if Margot filled you in on this, Greta, but the word Barbie means something else in Australia. Did you brief Greta about
What does it mean here?
Like a barbecue.
Oh!
Oh, no.
Oh my God! We've lost her.
Oh, no. He's gone so LA.
She's a Barbie now. I can't. You're right, a Barbie.
Barbie.
Having a Barbie.
Yeah. So that's what we call like a barbecue. So you weren't aware of that?
Not as such.
I'm blaming the jet lag, by the way. Don't blame the blonde hair, blame the jet lag. Okay.
Nah, yo, she's Hollywood now.
I know. Don't you remember, though, like back in the day, Australian tourism went global based on like two catchphrases, right? Mm-hmm. One was put another shrimp on the bobby.
Yeah.
And the other was Foster's. Oi. Remember that guy? Don't you remember the Foster's guy? Come
I remember
on.
Who's the Foster's guy? I gotta look him
Oh,
up.
my God. I can't believe that you don't remember the Foster's guy.
Foster's guy. Oi?
Hold on here. Let me see if I can find it.
Nope.
Come on. Hold on.
When I type in Foster's guy oi, there's a bunch of recaps for a television show called The Fosters. And then there's a show or a movie called Foster Boy.
Hold on. Turn my computer up for a second.
And then F Boy Island pops up.
No, I don't want that. That's a different boy. I'm not even asking more to Google this.
Okay, go.
Okay. I think this was it. I think this was the commercial.
This is really special. Out here, you can feel the dream time all around you. Very few white people have ever been through this part of the country.
No, this
Go
isn't
for
the
weeks and weeks
Australian.
without bumping into anyone.
It's not the guy. Damn it. Find me the Foster's Oi guy more. Are you spelling Oi right? How are you spelling Oi?
O-O-Y.
No, that's Ooey.
That's fail.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Madonna speaks. So it was announced that they were going to push the start of the Madonna tour because of her medical condition, but now they've announced that the North American leg of the tour will be postponed, the entire thing, and it will now start in Europe. In when is that? October.
So we won't see it here till the new year.
Yeesh, because it was supposed to be like August 15th in Vancouver was supposed to be the first show, like coming up in like a month. Not going to happen.
I've never experienced a postponed show. Like, I'm assuming you just keep your ticket and you go on the new date.
Yeah, because they artists tend to postpone rather than cancel, because if you cancel, you got to give the people their money back. Right?
That's what happened with, remember with Bieber?
That
when
is exactly
he
what happened
postponed,
with Bieber. Oh,
I think it was from COVID, but then also when he was going through his mental health stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot.
There was like 3 shows that he had like kept postponed, and then eventually canceled, right?
Eventually they canceled.
I think there was 4 times where he postponed that show.
So Madonna says, thank you for your positive energy, prayers, and words of healing and encouragement. I have felt your love. I'm on the road to recovery and increasingly grateful for all the blessings in my life. My first thought when I woke up in the hospital was my children. My second thought was that I did not want to disappoint anyone who bought tickets for my tour. I also didn't want to let down the people who worked tirelessly with me over the last few months to create my show. I hate to disappoint anyone. My focus now is on my health and getting stronger, and I assure you I'll be back as soon as I can. The current plan is to reschedule the North American leg of the tour and to begin in October in Europe. I couldn't be more grateful for your care and support. Love, Em. So that is from Madonna.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you see the picture of Hugh Jackman in his Wolverine costume?
Yes. Oh my God,
Deadpool?
I'm freaking out.
So they have
Deadpool tweeted that out yesterday.
Yeah. So for anybody who's like a big X-Men fan, Hugh Jackman is in the yellow and blue from the
It's
comic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
it looks great.
It looks great.
Surprised they didn't
no
do that,
helmet
like-
though. No helmet though.
Yet.
Right. But they made reference to it. Don't you remember in like one of the early X-Men movie, Wolverine complains about the black suit, and I think it was like Cyclops or something like that looked at him and said, "What do you want? Like yellow spandex?" Right? Like they goofed on the yellow in the movies.
I wonder why they never ended up. Like with the amount of X-Men movies they did. They never gave him that suit.
And Jennifer Garner is in it. Did you know that? She's coming back as Elektra.
Jennifer Garner.
Remember Elektra?
Oh, yeah. She was in like the prequel ones.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm
she's
glad
back.
she's
so
back.
so Jennifer Garner's back.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
she's like working out and stuff like this too. Yeah.
Okay,
It's really cool.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Will Elon Musk be fighting Mark Zuckerberg? So Elon Musk replied, he tweeted out, "I'm up for a cage match if he is." And this was in response to Mark Zuckerberg sort of flexing over his new jiu-jitsu skills and his new love for jiu-jitsu.
Didn't he win like championships? and stuff?
Apparently. And then Zuckerberg replied to that with, "Send me location." And then Musk replied, "Vegas Octagon," adding, "I have this great move that I call the walrus, where I just lie on top of my opponent and do nothing." And then Dana White got involved.
Yes.
And I don't know whether he reached out to them or they reached out to him, but when you talk to Dana White, this has the potential, if they both decide to like donate whatever they were going to make to charity, to be something quite extraordinary.
I was talking to both Elon and Mark last night. Both guys are absolutely dead serious about this. They both want to do it. Mark Zuckerberg hit me up first and said, "Is he serious?" And I said, "I don't know. Let me ask him." I asked him and he said, "Yeah, I'm dead serious." This would be the biggest fight ever in the history of the world. Bigger than anything that's ever been done. It would break all pay-per-view records. These guys would raise, hundreds of millions of dollars for charity. And, you don't have to be a fight fan to be interested in this fight. Everybody would want to see it.
And a couple hours ago, Elon tweeted, "Dear Mom, I know you love me, but I must fight Zuck. I'm gonna break his face so we can be free of Facebook. Tired of communism. This is a fight for freedom. Love, Elon."
It's on site. I can't wait.
And they're
okay.
both so pale, too.
I
right?
know.
Like, they're both so pale.
They're going to have to make that octagon mat a lot darker so we can see who's who.
The cameras won't be able to focus. Yeah.
I'm calling Zuck on this one.
Oh, hell yeah. Zuck's going to destroy him. Elon's all rib cage.
Yeah.
Like,
he got nothing.
No, Zuck's going to destroy him.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So I guess Harry Styles got hit in the face with something on stage, a water bottle, I guess it was.
Really?
Suddenly it's happening all the time now. It's like a couple of years ago when people were running up on stage. It's like one person
Running
does
up on
it, and
comedians?
then, one person does it, and then a lot of people
Did
do
you see the
it.
video, though?
Yeah.
Oh, it looked like it hurt.
Was a
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I don't think
it
it was an empty water bottle.
Oh, had some weight to it.
Right? Yeah, yeah. Billie Eilish commenting on this. She says, I've been getting a hit on stage with things for literally 6 years. I don't know why it's like new. People just get excited and it can be dangerous. So they understand it, but Billie says she does not like it. Why
Although
would
I
you?
saw Drake footage where everyone was throwing bras on stage.
That's right. Drake got hit with something too,
Bras.
right? Bras? Yeah.
And a phone.
And
Yeah,
a
hit with
phone.
a
It was a
phone, too.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, why would you throw your phone? That's the thing I don't understand.
I don't know what you get out of that. Like, I don't
Like, you know you're not getting it back.
No, like I've seen somebody throw a pack of cigarettes on stage and then like the rock star grabs it and lights one up and people woo, right?
Sure.
But like that's your phone.
Yeah, like all your stuff is there.
Like that's your ride home.
Like, do you?
I'd be okay with sandwiches because then you could eat it later.
Like, in order for me to throw my phone, I would
Yeah.
have to log out of like all my stuff,
Everything.
everything.
Yes.
Like my iCloud, everything, and then
Yes.
just do like a hard reset on the phone, like it's a brand new device.
Yes.
and then throw it.
Right.
You know how much work that is?
I know.
Inside of a venue that doesn't have the best Wi-Fi already.
Yeah, years ago, my brother was walking down the street, Maury, and somebody from a car window threw a half an egg salad sandwich at him and hit him in the face.
I'd be like, thank you.
Yeah, he didn't appreciate that.
That sucks.
Right?
Yeah.
Mayonnaise all over you.
Egg salad,
Egg
too?
salad, yeah.
So
And it-
disrespectful.
Tuna would be worse.
Yeah.
Tuna would be worse.
And it was late July, too.
Warm egg salad.
Was he how far away from home?
Like a good 10 minutes.
Oh no! Was he walking to somewhere, or he was walking home?
He was
Because
walking.
That's a big difference.
He was walking to somewhere. Yeah.
Ruins your whole day.
Yeah, it wasn't cool. And like, why? Like, why? Right? Like, why? Why? Like, who does that? Because and also it was like it wasn't like a crowd of people where they were just going to spray the crowd. Like he was the only one. Like it was completely direct. It was a
targeted.
targeted attack.
Yeah. They're driving down.
Right?
Look at this Poindexter over here.
Yes.
Egg salad.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
man, that sucks.
It's not cool.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Dealing with inflation. Americans are cutting back. A Morningstar analyst said the strains that the consumer is under have been exacerbated over the past couple of months. The reduction of food assistance programs, lower tax returns, and using up extra savings and stimulus funds have had a massive impact. However, what people are cutting back on is the shock. Personal hygiene products have taken a huge hit.
What?
Talking toothpaste, laundry detergent, and toilet paper, which are all down 3 to 4% in the 52 weeks through June 24th.
Like they're buying less of it, or are they?
They're buying less.
Well, don't you you actually need toilet paper?
Yes, but people are buying.
else would you
They're
use?
buying less deodorant, less toothpaste, and less toilet paper. Now, this could also be because in that same period of time, people have started to go back to work, so they're at home less. They're using company toilet paper,
or stealing company toilet paper.
right?
Raise your hand if you've done that.
Stolen company toilet paper. The company toilet paper here is like a 15-inch roll. It weighs 70 pounds.
It wasn't always.
Oh, they used to have nice rolls here?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they really did.
Yeah, people in maximum security prison have better toilet paper than we do in this building.
Yeah. It's like paper mache that we got here. Super
It is
thin.
One ply.
It's impossible to ball, right? It's impossible to fold. It
Yeah.
goes all twisty on you, right? It's like it's trying to tie a bow in a hair in the wind, right? Like you can't, like you're never gonna get
Yeah.
it. And I always try, like I'll pull it out, fold it, pull it out, fold it, right? You try that, you try, right? And then
toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
And you fold? Wow. That man's got enough to fold. Shout out to Roz, man.
2 folds. 2 folds.
That's what they call you in high school.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
A Cameroon comedian named Danny Green is attempting to break the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest crying time. He was attempting to do 100 hours. Here's a little bit of Danny Green's attempt.
Come on.
So he started...
Is he really crying, though? Like, are there tears falling from his eyes?
Okay, so there's a couple things about this, right? One, I love this. He put a soundtrack behind it, which is incredible. So he started this apparently on Sunday, and he wants to go 4 days, 100 hours.
Yeah.
And you can turn it back up. It's fine. We can listen to Danny cry. I can listen to Danny cry all day.
Sounds like...
Okay, so people are saying a couple things here. One, I don't think that this is going to be a registered attempt with Guinness because I don't think he actually reached out to Guinness before doing this. The second thing is what's available is a series of videos of Danny crying. There's no live stream of him crying anymore.
And you have to actually cry. You can't just make the sound of
No, like he looks like he's crying. Like he looks like there's tears. I don't know. But what I know about Danny Green is that he is a comedian. And his entire comedy, every bit he does, is all based around crying.
Oh,
like if you go and watch his comedy bits, he's crying and his name on social media is Town Crier.
Okay.
So he's worked a comedy career around only doing crying bits.
And people pay to see that? Like, did they go to the show to watch?
Well, it's his brand.
I don't
course.
know. That's his...
Maybe just to see, like, what he does?
I guess.
Like, maybe he tells a joke while crying?
Or is he on stage, like, the entire time doing this?
I don't think he does stage shows. I think he's like a social media comic where he just does skits with friends.
And all of his skits are
Well,
this?
maybe this should be a Just for Laughs. We're laughing.
Yeah.
This really is heartbreaking.
Come on, man.
I mean, I wish the man luck, but it doesn't seem like he's taking the Guinness attempt. Is that the real record? 100? What is the record? I didn't even look that up. Is there a record for the longest cry?
Well, we have to find out, right?
Like, because it's not easy to go 4 days without sleeping, right?
Longest cry.
Like, can you cry for that long continuously?
I don't think it's possible.
I think you would need to drink. You'd have to have a lot of fluids in you, right? Like, you'd have to.
Well, there's a world record of 280 people, like the longest or the most amount of people crying.
No.
Oh, man. One sad group. I would not want to join that Facebook group for that meetup.
You and your family should try that next Christmas, more.
We don't have enough people.
You got enough tears.
Jeez. Damn.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Emmy nominations were out yesterday. There may not be a show at any point because of the potential actors strike, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the show. HBO pulling in 127 nominations.
God, how many shows they got nominated?
Like, not a lot. Not a lot. It's
For
just that.
127
Well, it's just
nominations?
Succession got like 27. The Last of Us got 24. White Lotus got 23.
What are all these categories for?
It's
though?
already 74 between those three
Yeah,
shows.
There's all the different the actor. There's the
Like
makeup,
supporting,
the hair, music.
the acting. I think there's 3 people from Succession in one category. I think Brian Cox, Kieran Culkin, and Jeremy Strong are all nominated in the same category.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Like crazy.
Incredible.
So
Now, do the Emmys do much like the Oscars with like set design and costume
No.
and they don't do
No.
all that?
No.
So
Writing.
these are all just writing, production, directing,
yeah,
acting.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. Some of the snubs that people were surprised with. No Harrison Ford for either of his shows. Because he was really, like, everybody was like this. He's going to get his first Emmy nomination, either for Shrinking or 1923. He didn't get a nomination for either.
He's so good in Shrinking.
No Selena Gomez or Steve Martin for Only Murders. No Carol Burnett for Better Call Saul. And no nominations in any of the major categories for Yellowstone, although that's not much of a surprise to anybody. No nominations this year, which is weird, for any of the cast members in supporting roles for SNL. Love and Death, which is the Elizabeth Olsen show, and Jesse Plemons was
Yeah, you love that show,
was
Shem.
snubbed. See, but Shem, did you watch Candy?
I did, and I thought Candy was better.
See, I'm not going to watch Love and Death. So there was a show on Hulu, which then I think ran on Disney, maybe, called Candy.
Which is what?
Based on, so Jessica Biel was in that one. And
Okay.
it's based on a true story about a church-going housewife in Texas in 1980 who becomes an axe murderer.
Oh.
Named Candy Montgomery.
Candy Montgomery.
I'm into that.
So that show came out in 2022 on Hulu, and it was awesome. And it was Jessica Biel, and I loved it, and it was great.
Okay.
And then, like 11 months later, the exact same story with a completely different cast starring Elizabeth Olsen airs on, is it Netflix?
Crave.
Crave.
Yeah.
Takes place in the 80s as well?
No, it's the same
Same time.
story.
No.
It's Candy
Oh.
Montgomery.
Oh, it's the exact.
It's the exact same story.
called something
How can they do
different.
that?
It's just it's got a different name. That happens every now and then, where like two movies that are based on the exact same thing are released like
Hold on.
very close together.
Which one's better though?
I didn't
say
Candy.
Candy's better? Okay, I'll watch that one.
It's more murder mystery, apparently, right? Like it's more thriller. It's sorry, not murder mystery. It's more thriller as
Definitely.
opposed to But I loved Candy. Candy
But is the
was
Elizabeth
a
Olsen one
crazy show.
Really good, Shem?
It's good. Like she plays. I'm really surprised she didn't get an Emmy nomination. She plays Candy Montgomery very well. Jesse Plemons is an interesting choice, I think, for the husband in that show. But you have to just kind of
So
watch.
if
to
Jen and I are going to watch one out
Candy.
of the two.
Candy.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
Did Sylvester Stallone get a nomination for his show?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Really?
Tulsa
What-
King.
Tulsa King.
That was
Tulsa
a good
King?
show.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I didn't see anyone talk about
I
that,
didn't-
to be
No,
honest with you.
I don't think he did. But yeah, so it was a real wild day for Emmy nominations. 13 nominations for Beef, which was great.
Nice. Brilliant. Love it.
13 nominations for the Dahmer show.
Yeah. Hey, are they going to do beef too, you think?
Still beefing?
Yeah, beefier.
Yeah. More beef.
More beef. Yeah, see, we can workshop this whole thing. We can come up with a great season 2 name. Ted Lasso with 21 nominations. So there you
surprise
go
there.
for there.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I got to play you this clip of Kim Kardashian from the Kardashians. So she's hanging out with Khloe and Scott Disick in a Mexican restaurant. And Kim, I don't know, like she starts talking about like, I think that like they're just two very different sisters, Kim and Khloe. And I think that Kim is more into talking about stuff like farts than Khloe is.
What?
So here's Kim talking about farts.
You know what I was thinking? Going on a first date at a Mexican restaurant, you'd be farting on the store.
Pots and pots.
A Dugenhagen.
Just sharting yourself?
You're disgusting. That's gross.
I kind of love that from Kim.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I do. I'm with
Same.
you. I'm with you. I
This
sort of.
just makes her more like appear down to earth.
Yeah, I sort
Like
of
she's
love
one of us.
I sort of love that they're so brain conscious. Those people that just sitting around being like, could you imagine going on a first date at a Mexican restaurant and just sharding yourself, right? Like and leaving that in the show, right? Like,
And then like you go on the gram and she's like in a little outfit advertising for her Skims brand.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Which I guess she's trying to buy back because she sold that for $200 million, right? She sold her 20% in Skims, or she sold off 20%. I don't remember what it was, but she's trying to buy back what she sold off for like $200 million. I guess because she wants the whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. She just bought a house in Malibu. I was reading, I think it was like $70 million or something like that. And it's a basic place. Like it needs a full gut job. But yeah, she just bought a Malibu place for $70 million. 70.
Yeah, you're right. $70.4 million.
Yes.
You think somebody like Kim Kardashian, who's got all this money, right?
Yeah.
She can buy whatever she wants.
Anything.
At any time.
Whenever she wants.
Do you think somebody like Kim Kardashian would have taken advantage of Prime Day yesterday and the day before? Like, do you think she opened up the app and was like, let me just see what's going on? Prime Day, what's
I
on
wouldn't
sale?
be surprised. I've read that like super, super rich people are the cheapest people.
I don't think that's her, though. I really don't.
Because you talk about brand conscious, right?
What is she buying on Prime? What is she buying? What does Kim Kardashian need?
The number one thing purchased during Prime Day was cat food.
I highly doubt even if Kim Kardashian needed cat food that she's going on Prime. Like, what does Kim Kardashian buy on Prime
like a curling iron?
that she doesn't have people who buy it for her,
No, I know, but that's
or
what
that
I'm-
she already gets for free?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, she's so down to earth, she can go to a restaurant and talk about shredding herself, right?
Right.
On a first date.
Like maybe Kim Kardashian is sitting around. I don't even know what it would be like.
Like kitchen utensils?
No, like maybe she's reading an article and somebody mentions a book. Right? And she's like, oh, I can get this tomorrow, or I can send the assistant out and pay them, for 3 hours work going to Barnes & Noble and all this stuff. Like maybe she clicks on a book and has the book delivered to the house. But you can't have Prime delivered to Kim Kardashian's house with her name on it. Mail doesn't come to her house with
I
Kim
know,
Kardashian
but
on
I
it.
just wonder if, like, part of the routine, because it was such a big thing, Prime Day. For
Yes.
2 full days.
Yes.
You telling me none of them Kardashian gals open up the app and was like, let me see what's going on?
Boom, I can get that headphone dongle now?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, AirPods.
No.
Oh, my God.
Pepto-Bismol for
like,
her.
AirPods are on sale.
No.
25%.
No.
Order in the next 9 hours, get it by 5 p.m.
No. And that's America, too. You can buy salsa on Amazon in America.
See?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
And also the actors strike. Midnight came and went.
Uh-oh.
And they're going to be probably calling a strike later on this morning, probably around noon our time. Fran Drescher, who is the head of SAG, said that SAG negotiated in good faith and was eager to reach a deal that sufficiently addressed performers' needs, but the AMPTP's response to the union's most important proposals have been insulting and disrespectful of our massive contributions to the industry. The companies have refused to meaningfully engage on some topics, and on others completely stonewalled us. Until they do negotiate in good faith, we cannot begin to reach a deal. So it is happening. And over in London, the Oppenheimer premiere is happening, and they moved the red carpet up an hour.
Just in case?
An hour, because what they're anticipating is that the strike call is going to happen while Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, and Emily Blunt and Florence Pugh are on the red carpet in London.
So once the carpet is wrapped,
yes,
or during the time that they're on the carpet,
if it happens on the carpet, they will tell them and they will walk off the carpet.
What happens for like stuff that's filming in Canada? Like Devon Sawa's in Canada filming Chucky. Does he have to like pack up and leave?
If it is an AMPTP production, then yes.
But if he's an American actor,
it's about what the production is, right?
Right.
They're negotiating with the AMPTP. So, like, if people are doing Canadian productions,
It's an American show.
I don't know. I'm just saying that they're moving red carpets because of this crazy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Brittany officially announces her memoir, which is going to be released October 24th. Called The Woman in Me. Here's Britney Spears.
Okay, guys, so I just got finished with my book. It's coming out very soon. I worked my ass off for this book. I had a lot of therapy to get this book done. So you guys better like it. And if you don't, that's cool too. Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama. I'm out of here. So, bye guys. Hope you like the book.
So, in a statement, a publisher said Britney's compelling testimony in open court shook the world, changed laws, and showed her inspiring strength and bravery. I have no doubt her memoir will have a similar impact and will be the publishing event of the year. They go on to say, we couldn't be more proud to help her share her story at last. So remember they said that they had to the book, because the book was supposed to come out already, but then they had all these legal stuff.
2 of them.
Yeah, they had all this legal stuff because celebrities, there was apparently some very high profile people who were taking legal action or writing letters that they were worried about how they were going to come off in the book kind of thing.
So I wonder if she kept those stories in without using their names, because there's a way to do it.
Yeah, there's a way to do it, but I don't think
there's also a way to figure out who's who. The fans will figure it out quick.
Well,
right?
because you can't not. It's going to be very plain if she's talking about Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Right? Very plain, which I hope she does.
Maybe in the book it's Justin Timber-Ocean.
Yeah, I hope she does.
Of course.
Oh, my God.
He was such a big part of her life, and their dating was such a big.
He must be terrified right now, huh?
Yeah. Especially because he's supposed to drop new music at some point.
Oh, it's not looking good to him.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
KISS925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.